What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick and this is Valor Aquaponics. It's going to be a little bit different video this week, and it's mainly because it's going to be more videos of the fish, and actually we're going to go over the various fish that we use here in the house, why we use them, and kind of what's going to be in store going into the next 3 to 6 months here. And we hope that the information that we provide you is going to be very helpful in your guys' aquaponics systems that either you're currently using now or that you're planning on using. So I can't continue this video without saying Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Holidays. It's just in a couple days, and by the time I post this video it'll only be a day or two. So once again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. Hope you guys stay safe. Hope you guys have a great holiday week and weekend. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. So the first fish that we have here are our tilapia. We have about 7 blue tilapia that I actually personally purchased back last fall. I ordered them from a farm down in Tennessee, and I actually had quite a few. Unfortunately, I had some mishaps. But these guys are probably the most hardy fish that you can purchase in an aquaponics system, and that's why they're so popular. They can handle a wide range of pH. They can handle a wide range of temperatures. They can handle pretty much any water quality, and the density. You can stock, I mean, I could probably put 10 more tilapia in here and they would do okay. They would survive. I wouldn't say that psychologically that's great for the fish, but they do very well in high density, low oxygen, high, low pH. They're basically like the tanks of the fish world. It's really hard to kill these fish. However, there's not a whole market for these guys in terms of being able to sell. And I know, like in Wisconsin, where we're located, we actually need a special permit to get these, and then we also have to get health certificates on these fish because there aren't any local breeders here. So we're actually not allowed to sell these fish because they're not come with any health certificates. So these are just strictly we're using them for business. They're kind of basically more or less pets, but they do fantastic for the aquaponics system. And you can actually see some lettuce floating around. They actually eat a lot of lettuce, so they actually help with any of our waste. For any lettuce that we don't sell, we can actually just feed it right to the fish, and then they actually prefer that over the pellets. So fantastic fish to use in aquaponics, mainly because of how well they stand up to all the mistakes that you're going to make. However, just not a whole lot of market in terms of selling them, and it's actually quite a few hurdles to selling these fish. But would highly recommend, just mainly because it's almost virtually impossible for you to kill them. But let's move on to the next fish that we have, which are going to be our koi and goldfish. So here you're looking at our third koi pond. We have 3. This is actually our newest and youngest fish that we have. And approximately we have about 20 to 25 koi fish that we have purchased from breeders throughout the United States. And we purchased them as about 3-inch koi fish, and I believe our largest is currently right around 6 to 7 inches. They definitely grow fairly big in their first couple years, and these guys are actually only about 2 months old, so they're actually fairly young. We actually just added goldfish in there too. Now the goldfish are special goldfish. They're not just your bland everyday just yellow or orange goldfish. They look like koi, and the reason why we purchased these 2 fish for these koi ponds is because we wanted something ornamental, something that looks nice, something that you could put in your backyard that's good to look at. But in terms of the koi, you can actually resell them when they get bigger when they get to full size and you can actually market them. The greatest thing for aquaponics though is that koi and goldfish produce a lot of waste, so they eat everything and they produce a lot of waste, which is great for, if you have the sufficient filtration, it's great for producing nutrients for your aquaponics bed, so you can actually grow a little bit more, have a little bit more density with your planting. However, your filtration has to be able to actually handle that, so you can't just put stuff 20 koi fish in a 10-gallon aquarium and expect that to work. Koi fish need a lot of space. They will grow fairly quickly in the first couple of years, and eventually you can only put about one koi fish in this 300-gallon pond, but we have a couple years before we get there. So these they're very hardy. They're a little bit more sensitive than the tilapia, but they do very well. So we would highly recommend these guys too. Once again, you shouldn't eat them, but they are koi are very good for resale. And from here, we're gonna go to our next fish, which is the hardest fish that we have, and that's gonna be the rainbow trout. So what you're looking at is actually our new, what we call our mega germination. And this is actually a 300-gallon tank that it's not really a tank, it's more like a pool that we put underneath it. And I'm just doing a close-up of it. These are actually the youngest trout that we have. We have about 150 to 200 fingerling rainbow trout that we purchased from a local hatchery. So local being they're actually only about an hour away, and we actually had the fish delivered. The big thing about rainbow trout, I believe they're the second hardest fish that you can use in aquaponics, and we have made a lot of mistakes with that. So if you try to use this and you're very new to aquaponics, I would highly recommend not going with these fish. They do have a great resale value for their meat on the market. However, that also depends on if you're able to process the fish, which means cut them into fillets, or if you sell the whole fish, which you actually get less for. But once again, very sensitive to everything. They have a certain pH range. They need absolutely tons of oxygen, more oxygen than any other fish. So you're gonna have to apply ample amounts of oxygen. They need clean water. They cannot handle nitrates at all. So nitrite poisoning is huge with these fish. So I would highly recommend that if you don't have the experience of raising fish, if you don't have the experience of having an aquaponics farm, I would highly recommend not getting rainbow trout and going with maybe the koi or especially the tilapia. That's why tilapia is very popular in aquaponics. However, once again, the plus side is that they eat a lot. They get big very fast. Our largest rainbow trout right now are about 8 inches and probably a good solid pound to a pound and a quarter. So they grow fairly quickly. They're growing faster than I expected. However, we have lost quite a few due to any and every little thing. They are very susceptible to everything. So highly recommend not getting rainbow trout. So what does the future look like for Valor Aquaponics in the next 3 to 6 months? It's actually going to be adding yellow perch. Unfortunately, I don't have any video of yellow perch, nor could I find any online that didn't already have voiceover. So you get to see just a general picture of a yellow perch. And basically the reason why we're looking at doing yellow perches first and foremost is the fact that they have a high resale value. Currently, yellow perch is selling for $28 a pound filleted here in Wisconsin. They are highly in demand here in Wisconsin. I can't say that about anywhere else in the country or across the world, but here in Wisconsin, we love our yellow perch. So much so that Lake Michigan has been overfished, so therefore it is actually hard to find hard to get like large batches of yellow perch for consumption. So what we would like to do is we would like to actually raise them here in house, because they're actually they're the second or third hardiest fish that you can raise. They can be a little bit finicky when it comes to pellet eating, but we do also plan to incorporate minnows within the next month here in our system for the rainbow trout, and eventually for the yellow perch. And they'll eat all sorts of bugs, mealworms, waxworms, things like that. So, crickets. So we can add a lot to their diet here that incorporates live feed, as well as supplementing with pellets. But they do very well. They can handle the cooler temperatures here in Wisconsin. They do very well with the water temperatures. We keep our water right around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. So they do very well here with our water. And the demand is just incredible. Every customer that we've spoken to has said that they would snatch up all of our perch if we had them. So, I mean, we could literally just run a perch farm here, and we could probably make a killing if we could do it right. So, we're going to experiment, and hopefully in the next couple of months, we're going to get our first batch of yellow perch, just a couple hundred, see how well they do compared to raising rainbow trout. If they do very well in the spring, once the first thaw has happened, we will actually order our main batch of yellow perch, and we'll kind of go from there. Eventually, the goal is to actually breed them in-house. I know that that's extremely difficult. There's a lot of organizations that have tried and failed, and I'm not saying that we're better than anybody else. We certainly don't have as much experience as a lot of these other organizations, but hopefully maybe we can partner together, because by raising yellow perch too, we're also helping with the conservation of the species. And I think that's a big part of what aquaponics is. We're helping to preserve the soil, because we're not actually using soil. And when it comes to fish, we're by raising yellow perch, we're actually helping in the conservation, so that less yellow perches fish from our waters. And this is a sustainable way for restaurants and grocery stores, mainly restaurants, to be able to purchase yellow perch without it negatively affecting the environment. So our goal is twofold. It's threefold. It's to raise vegetables organically, and they can produce a lot of waste. It's to help in the conservation by reducing the consumption from the local waters, and then it's also to make money. And these guys sell very well. Only downfall is that they are slow to grow, so it could take from a year to 2 years before they get to market size, unless you just want to kill off a bunch of small little perch, which we don't want to do. So that's kind of where we're headed. We really look forward to that journey. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. So I mean, going forward, like I said, we look forward to bringing in yellow perch. The next video that we're going to post will probably be just an update video, especially with the Mars Hydro lights. And maybe some. Oh, I do want to make a video about the germination station that we made. So I will probably do that next week, or maybe even I actually have off for a couple days because of the Christmas holidays. So maybe I'll do a video over that, and then start editing it and have that up for you guys. So I hope you like this new video. It's a little bit shorter. I can already see that on the timeline. It's tremendously shorter than my typical videos. But I hope this gives you some information, and you guys don't have to make the same mistakes that we did. So that's all I have for you guys today. Once again, it's Christmas Eve, and this is going to be uploaded very shortly. So I wish all of you guys a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you guys have a fantastic holidays. If you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate, we wish you a very happy holidays. Stay safe, stay warm, and just remember to be the change that you wish to see in the world. Do something nice for somebody. Say hi, buy somebody a drink, whatever it is. Once again, be that change that you wish to see, and we'll see you guys next time.